Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're continuing our Tour the Meta gameplay videos, and today's video is going to be on MonoBlue, easily one of the most irritating decks to play against on the ladder. It may not have the highest win rate currently, but it does have the highest salt per capita of any deck that you'll find out there. People just do not like having their spells countered, especially when they really, really need them. So let's take a look at what this deck provides, and then we're going to take it onto the ladder and see how it does today. So first up, you have 4 copies of Consider. Consider is a fantastic card because it synergizes so well with your threats. Your Haughty Djinn and your Tolarian Terror get better the more instants and sorceries are in your graveyard. So with this being able to surveil a card off the top of your library, effectively milling yourself for 1 if you don't like what you see up there, and then drawing a card to replace itself, I mean, that's just synergy right there. I mean, I cannot argue with Consider. It's a great include for this deck. We have 4 copies of Fading Hope, because sometimes you just need to get rid of that pesky creature, and hopefully Scry if you're playing in the early game. 3 copies of Spell Pierce. This is a very narrow counter spell, but in those times where it comes in very handy, you're going to be glad that you have it. Like, even if it's just to prevent a spell from killing one of your creatures, or countering one of your opponent's major endgame cards, like say for example Farewell or Breach the Multiverse. Big cards with big mana values. This card's going to help you really make sure that you shut down your opponent when they're trying to play those spells. So Spell Pierce, while narrow, is still a very valid counterspell. Essence Scatter, this is just a counterspell creatures, so consider this like a Doomblade, for example. Impulse, look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 1 into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library. This would be better if it would put the other cards into your graveyard, but you can't have everything, I guess. Impulse, pretty good card. I do like that it digs 4 deep instead of 3 deep like some of the other cards. I personally would probably use Moment of Truth, because Moment of Truth, you only look at 3 cards instead of 4, but you get to put 1 of those cards into your graveyard and 1 on the bottom of your library, 1 into your hand. So that one has a little bit better synergy with your threats in this deck. But Impulse is still a very, very good card. You have 3 Make Disappear. Just an average counterspell, make them pay 2 more unless they don't want their card. 2 Negates. Perfect card, just counter a non-creature spell, so that's anything that's not a creature. That means planeswalkers as well. You have Scatter Ray, counter target artifact or creature spell, unless its controller pays 4. So this is another good, cheap creature counter for only 2 mana, or 1 mana if you have the Haughty Djinn out. Then you have 4 copies of Thirst for Discovery. All of your lands are basic lands in this deck. So this is always going to be, almost always going to be, discard an island for 3 cards. So that's a great card for this deck. Haughty Djinn, I'm sure you've seen it by now, but in case you haven't, 3 mana for a star 4 creature. The star is equal to the amount of instants and sorcery spells in your graveyard. So the more fast spells are in your graveyard, the tougher he gets. And he also reduces the cost of your spells by 1. So very, very good card. Then we have 3 Flow of Knowledge. Draw a card for each island you control, then discard 2 cards. Again, that is synergy with only playing islands in this deck, because you're just going to be drawing a shit ton of cards. And it's instant speed, which is great, because you can cast this at the end of your opponent's turn if they didn't play anything that you feel is threatening enough for you to counterspell. So just tap out at the end of your opponent's turn, draw a ton of cards, refill your hand, you're good to go for the next turn. And then we have Tolarian Terror, which is a 5/5 for 7 mana, but the colorless mana gets dropped by 1 for every instant and sorcerer card in your graveyard. So oftentimes you play this in the mid to late game, you're going to be casting him for just a single blue mana. Really, really strong. And he has a ward cost of 2, which is even better. So he's a very, very good card for only being a common. So really, really strong. So if you look at the deck, it's very straightforward. It's not a very puzzling deck to pilot. It's just counter spells, make sure you're countering the right spells, and you just ride Haughty Djinn and Tolarian Terror to victory in most games. So let's go ahead and take this out onto the ladder and see how we do with it today. Okay, so we're looking at 2 islands, a Consider, 2 Spell Pierce, a Make Disappear, and a Haughty Djinn. So it's got a few counter spells. Spell Pierce isn't exactly something I want to see in the early game. But hey, maybe we can make it work. Thornwood Falls, so something blue-green, so far at least. End turn. I'm hoping it's not that silly blue-green toxic deck. Yeah, so we'll hit a Consider at the end of turn. I like Tolarian Terror, that can stay right here. I like having my win cons early. Okay, so far it's just Bushwhack. Okay, I'm just gonna go find a land? Sure. Okay, yeah, so this is just Simic. Turn. Okay, plays Invasion Zendikar. I will Spell Pierce that. I like having Spell Pierces for that kind of stuff happen. That's pretty awesome. Let's go with the Haughty Djinn right now. Yeah. Keep mana open for Spell Pierce. Hopefully it's enough. Okay, so they got some Bant action now. Yeah, we'll Spell Pierce that. I don't want you drawing more free cards. Alright, Island. Next, attack for 3. End turn. Well, wait until end of turn to cast that Thirst for Knowledge. Okay, yeah, you go get your lands. Resolve. Now, what kind of ramp deck is this, though? It doesn't look like the typical, like, Atraxa ramp deck. But I could be wrong. Maybe it just doesn't have the right lands yet. He's playing something Bant. You want to negate that, huh? Well, I want to Make Disappear that. Okay. Draw 3 cards. Now we gotta discard 2 cards, though. So let's discard Make Disappear and Consider. Alright, my turn. Let's go Island. Next, attack. Bink. And we'll play a Tolarian Terror for 1. Seems decent. End turn. Alright, we got the Titan of Windustry. That's all. He's gonna gain life. Okay, he chooses to gain life and then make a token. That's... End of turn. We're gonna Fading Hope that. Attack with the Haughty Djinn. Bink. I think it probably should have Make Disappeared that, but yeah, because now he has the mana to pay for it. Almost. Make Disappear. Sacrifice that. Alright. And if he doesn't have anything to deal with the Haughty Djinn right now, then that's game. And that's game. Okay, so we got 3 lands, and then we have a Fading Hope and Impulse, we have the Haughty Djinn, and Thirst for Discovery. So we got plenty of draw, and our win condition, so let's see if it works. Alright, let's start with an island. Alright. So some form of aggressive. Should we Fading Hope that now or later? I'm thinking later. What you got over there? What you gonna play? Right, that is Italia. So right now we're going to impulse while we have the mana to do so. Do we get flow of knowledge? Do we get negate? I don't think we get negate. I think we can get another island. Alright, Talia comes in. Bink. Alright, let's play that. They could have a Cathar in their hand. Let's find out if they do. Are you playing Brutal Cathar? Or Ossification, they could be playing that. Nope, they're playing Coppercoat. Really? I don't know why you attacked with that. You just really want to get that damage in? No attacks. End turn. I have never had two Haunty Gens on the table at once. What you gonna do, Buster? Got 5 cards and 3 lands. I've not seen what the green is in there for yet, though. I've only seen white cards. Maybe they're running green for like a Tyvar's Stand or something? It's hard to tell. But if he decides to all in on me, I'm just gonna block with both. Oh, okay, I see what you're going for here. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna Fading Hope that so they don't protect each other. Yeah, I'll take the Make Disappear from the top. I don't think you still want to come in. Yeah. All right. Well, let's play Thirst for Discovery right now. Draw some cards. Pink, pink, pink. Discard that. Let's attack with 1 Haughty Gen. And keep 1 back to block. Now we have Essence Scatter, which is nice. Let's start with the Make Disappear. There we go. No attack. Okay, let's play the island. And do we want to attack with both? Yeah, we'll attack with both. We're at 16 health. All we have to do is play a single spell this turn to get the victory next turn. There's nothing he can play from his hand can stop me at the moment. So I can stop any spell or any creature that he decides to play. See? Negate that. Yeah, take the hit. Then we just swing in, kill. I see why this deck can just be like extremely frustrating to play against. Okay, so what do we have here? We have 2 islands, Essence Scatter for creatures, Impulse for draw, Make Disappear for any card, Flow of Knowledge, and Tolarian Terror. That seems decent. Flow of Knowledge is not going to be cast for a while, but the other cards are good. And luckily we get to play first, which can make all the difference in the world. This isn't the same guy I just played against, is it? Well, we'll find out. I hope it's not the same guy we just played against. Okay, no, okay, this is some kind of banned list. My turn? Yeah, we'll play Impulse. You want to counter my Impulse? No, I didn't think so. We got Tolarian Terror, we got Consider. We're just going to go for another Tolarian Terror. Next. Unfortunately, did not draw a land that turn, so that kind of sucks for us. But we can still play anything in our hand. Discard. Alright, that's fine. Maybe we'll need to discard. End turn. Alright, he wants to draw cards against the life. I'm okay with that. I will discard Flow of Knowledge. Sucks too, because I love playing that card. That card's so fun. Alright, so he's up to 4 land. I'm at 2. Okay, he's going to cast that. I will cast Make Disappear. Where are my lands, dude? I need some lands. I hate getting stuck on land like this. This sucks so hard. Alright. I'm going to attempt to cast Impulse. I would not fault you for countering it. Get a land. There we go. Now we're starting to draw some lands here. Now we can get this game rolling. Got all the land in the world over there. Alright, put another land. Next. End turn. It's going to cycle Spara's headquarters. That's fine. Alright. Discard again. That's fine. Next. End turn. We will end turn by discarding the Essence Scatter, because he's not playing any creatures. That'll make the Tolarian Terrors a little bit easier to cast as well. Alright. Since we're going to have to discard anyways, let's attempt to cast Tolarian Terror. I love that this is like the most budget deck in all of Standard, but at the same time I hate it because it's such an annoying deck. Okay, so he's going to cast Make Disappear. I will pay for it. Okay, so it resolves. Okay, cast Union of Third Path, draw a card, gain some life. Okay, cast Depopulate, that's fine. Alright, so we can consider options. I think we will consider our options, because I want to get another land in play. Send Fading Hope to the graveyard. Hey, there's our land, nice. Bink. And let's see here, we got double negate, and we have Make Disappear, Fading Hope. We'll cast Tolarian Terror for 1 mana. We'll end the turn, because hopefully we have enough defensive moves to keep this character. So let's go ahead and, let's see here, we're going to cast Negate. He's going to cast Make Disappear. I'm going to cast Fading Hope. There we go. We got rid of another removal and a counterspell from him. So I would call that a win right there. So let's start with... Do we want the Tolarian Terror or do we want the Haughty Djinn? I think with the Haughty Djinn right now. Yeah, let's go with the Haughty. End turn. Sunfall. We cast Negate. Cool, it worked. Alright, plays a land that comes in tapped. Things are looking up for us. plays Tamio. I play Make Disappear. Now we really have him on a 3-turn clock here. So let's go ahead and play Tolarian Terror. Smack him. Alright, and we'll play another island. Hopefully he doesn't draw into anything to get rid of my dudes, because I'm out of answers here. Awesome, thank you. Attack. Coming in. Don't have the Emperor, please. Alright, cool. End turn. Alright, wants to play Broker's Charm. I can't stop it. So I'm going to draw 2 cards, and he's digging for an answer at this point. I do like Broker's Charm. Broker's Charm's pretty cool. But I have not seen any creatures out of his deck to use the fight mode on it for. So right now it's... There you go. Right now it's just drawing cards. Okay, so we got 2 islands. Fading Hope, Spell Pierce, Impulse, Haughty Djinn, and Thirst for Discovery. Now, I believe earlier today this guy was playing... he was playing Mono Black. So let's see what we see today. I think he is on the first turn. Oh no, I get to play first. Sweet. I really liked playing limited for what was it? For Crimson Vow. When Crimson Vow was in rotation for limited, I'm thinking like a month or so ago. I loved it. It was really fun. But there's not anything for me to play in limited at the moment, so I'm kind of just sticking to standard. And that's why I've been doing this tour of the meta gameplay. Let's grab the negate. I don't have any counter spells yet. Okay. Don't play that. Next. End turn. Yawgmoth. Okay, he gets a Yawgmoth. Pass. My turn. I will play Thirst for Discovery. Draw 3 cards. Do we want to discard that land? Yeah, we'll discard the land. I was not rewarded. That's okay though. Let's see. Fading up. Yeah, we'll just wait and make him replay Gix. Fading Hope that. Scry for 1. We'll keep the land on top. Okay, he's gonna play Children. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Let's Fading Hope that too. Get out of here. Alright, let's go Island. Let's go Haughty Djinn. Let's see how many removal spells he tries to throw at my guy. I can stop exactly one of them this turn. Oh, he just goes straight for the Children. That's fine. Let's see here. Draw. Resolve. Alright. Next. I'll attack. Bink. Play another Haughty Djinn. See if we can race him. Okay, he draws and gains 2 life. Pass turn. Pass. I will not block. Pass. Got anything for me? He wants to cast Go for the Throat. I will cast Negate. He wants to Edict. Yeah, I will sacrifice that. Sacrifice non-token creature. Yeah, that's it. Alright. Resolve. Let's see here. Next. Attack for 6. Bink. And turn. Gains 2 life. I'm gonna wait for him to go to his attack step before I bounce a creature. Concealing curtains, you say? Resolve. Let's see here. Before you do that, I'm gonna thirst. Draw 3 cards. Discard island. Now you can resolve that. Get rid of my flow of knowledge. This is probably your best option right now. Because you don't want me to refill. Unless he's afraid of the Essence Scatter. So the Essence Scatter would kind of mess up his game plan. Okay, yeah, that was the right option. Pass. Alright, my turn. I will consider. Ooh. Yeah, we'll keep the Haughty Djinn right there. Draw it. Island. Okay, next we will attack. Play another Haughty Djinn. Yeah, we got 2 10-4s. What are you gonna do? He's gonna cast Pilfer? I will cast Spell Pierce. Make you pay 2 more for that. So you can't play your Gix. Or whatever removal you want. Okay, you just let it get countered. Cool. In that case, Essence Scatter it. That's game. Okay, so we got 3 islands. A Consider, Fading Hope, Negate, and Thirst for Discovery. So we've got some action, so we'll keep it. Opponent gets to go first. Not a big fan of that, but is what it is. Fair's fair, I suppose. Alright, end of turn. We're going to cast Consider. We'll keep that Tolarian Terror right there. Draw a card. Island. Let's see what they do. They're playing the Lord of the Rings Swamps. Is this a mono black deck? Alright, he's going to play that. I'm going to play Scatter Ray. Get that the hell out of here. That can mess up with my my game plan. We'll start removing my instants and sorceries. Let's see. We'll keep that in turn. Let's see what he plays. Because I might have to spend this turn casting Essence Scatter again. Blast Zone. Interesting choice. Archfiend of the Dross, you say? You know what? I'm going to let that come in. Because I want to draw some cards. I'm going to cast Thirst for Discovery right now. Draw, draw, draw. Oh, look at that. It's all islands. Oops, all islands. Alright, let's go play that. And let's see here. Good turn. Just let him do his thing for this turn. Pass. Pass. I'm actually going to let him hit me, because I want to see what he plays for the rest of his turn. Okay, he's going to cast that. I'm going to cast Spell Pierce. Now this line is actually going to get a lot of cards into my graveyard so I can cast that Tolarian Terror next turn. So let's go ahead and bounce that right now. And then we're going to cast Consider. We'll keep the Make Disappear. I want that. Alright, draw a card. Alright, Island, play Tolarian Terror for 1. Pretty sweet. Alright. Alright, it's up to 5 lands. I'm going to try and cast Liliana again. I'm going to cast Negate. My turn. Let's see, we got an island, and we have a haughty gin, so we'll play that out. Counter that. And we will attack for 5. We're down to a single card in our hand, so hopefully they don't have any more removal in their hand, but they are playing mono black, so they very likely do. Okay, it's going to go for Archfiend. I'm going to Essence Scatter that. Now, if I can get just one more card in my graveyard this next turn, we can win the game this next turn. So let's see what we draw. Perfect. Flow of Knowledge. Absolutely perfect. That wins the game for us. Because we're going to draw a bunch of cards, and then at least 3 cards are going to our graveyard. So we're going to put Fading Hope and Essence Scatter in the graveyard. That goes up to a 12. We play that next. And then we all attack. Boom, boom. That's, as they say, how it's done. I know that deck is so incredibly irritating. It irritates me when I see it on the other side of the table, but yeah, it's really satisfying to play. It is really satisfying.